Hello? 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 Anybody there? I know somebody's there. I'm barely here. But it is 9:12 on Thursday evening. So when this airs, it'll be Friday. But I just could not go all the way to sleep without sharing a revelation. Remember, this is SWIM. SWYM. That is the acronym for Say What You Mean. And I hope you're saying what you mean. It's critical that you do. And if you don't, I have a feeling that life will teach you the importance of not only saying what you mean, but meaning what you say and being accountable in general to yourself as well as to others. I'm going to try to therapeutize myself within the next 10 minutes. But I had a fantastic day. Took another long ride. I took a long ride over the weekend too. Tell you about that another time. But it was incredible. But today was another ride and it was actually successful and productive. But after the day, I got a couple of revelations that were, I guess, confirmations to what I've been feeling, thinking, meditating on, praying about, and recovering from, if I could even use that word. Two stories. I'll tell you in the order I heard them. And I won't get into the details of my day. I'll just let it show eventually. But I heard something today, a story about a scorpion. And if you heard it, just let me tell it the way I got it. There was a man who was standing at the water and a scorpion fell into the water and was drowning. And the man picked up the scorpion to save it from the water. And the scorpion stung him. And when the scorpion stung him, he dropped the scorpion back into the water because of the pain and the sting. But then as the scorpion started to drown again, he picked it back up again. And guess what happened? Oh my God, you're right. It stung him again in a different place. And after 3 or 4 times of the scorpion stinging him, he finally was able to hold on to it long enough to get it out of the water and onto the land. And the scorpion was able to crawl away and live. Well, his friends that were around were asking him, "Why did you do that? That scorpion stung you 4 times. And now we have to go and try to heal you, So they got him back to where they were going, I guess. And they got him, pumped with the antivenom or whatever they needed to make sure, he was okay. And they began to ask him, "Why did you do that? That scorpion kept stinging you." And his response was, "The scorpion didn't sting me because it was mean or because it was trying to harm me. It's the scorpion's nature. That's why the scorpion stung me. It wasn't necessarily trying to hurt me. And it's my nature to help. I saved the scorpion's life. And yes, I got stung in the process, but it was my nature to not let the scorpion drown or die. So if the scorpion doesn't change its nature, why would I change mine?" And the moral of that story was, things will happen when you attempt to do the right thing that may not feel good to you while you're doing it. But if it's your nature to do the right thing in the midst of something that doesn't necessarily feel good, and I'm sure there are tons of examples that I won't go into, but I think I'm relaying the message. Things don't always feel good when you're doing the right thing or you're being who you are. But you shouldn't let the nature of other things and people change you. If you are a good person, remain being good, even when others around you are not as good or as good as they probably should be. That's deep. And as my pastor would say, that'll preach all by itself. So that was confirmation to quite a few questions that were going through my heart and mind over the past, few weeks. And that was a revelation that I received that confirmed something that I had been reaching for. And I'm grateful for that information and that revelation. And I can continue to move on and be excited. And I'm glad I could share that with you. And I hope you got something out of it. Revelation number 2 was something else that I ran across or landed on. A man had asked his therapist, I just don't understand why someone could be so cruel. And he asked a question about something that happened to him. It's like, why did they do that to me? Why did that happen? He asked the question. I just don't understand. It just doesn't make sense. I just don't understand how someone could be so betrayal. How can someone commit such betrayal? And he was bothered by it. And his therapist delivered him almost instantly with the response to that dilemma, that question, that confusion. The therapist said in response, the reason you don't understand that, the reason it's so painful, and the reason you don't relate to that is because that's not in you. That's not who you are. So you can't relate to it because it's not a part of you. And it's discouraging and painful and disappointing because you didn't expect it from that particular source. So be glad that that's not who you are, and be glad that you're able to move on and recover from the betrayal, the disappointment, the disrespect, the whatever. So that's just a lesson that I got. When you don't understand why certain things happen, it's because it's just not a part of your nature. When people don't do what they say they're going to do, when they lie, they cheat, they steal, they betray you, and it becomes painful. Sure, it could be karma, because if you deserve what's coming, then we all have to get what's coming to us. But when you just, are in that fog and you just don't understand why certain types of betrayal are so breathtaking and overwhelming, it's just because it's just not who you are. And that's the message I received from that little tidbit. Thanks for allowing me to share my therapy with you. It's called SWIM, SWYM. It is the acronym for Say What You Mean. When you go through, get through, and don't return the same way. Life is full of disappointments, but it's in the darkness where we grow the most. Our greatest pain sometimes become our greatest victory. That's what I'm going to move on with. Hope you got something out of that. I certainly did, and I'm excited about what's ahead and what's to come. Thank God for deliverance, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and even the cross experience. Because it's when we have been buried for a little while that we can rise with victory. With that being said, find someone you need to say I love you to. Don't just say it, show it, mean it, let it be true. And if for whatever reason you get stung, you get betrayed, you get, not the same dose that you put out, it's okay. Take that pain and turn it into passion, because there is victory in truth, honesty, and faithfulness. Have a good day, good night, good evening. Until the next time. Ciao.